After Detroit, we reach Highland Park / FEMA factory. Different people use different things to refer to it, but it's essentially the same place. Immediately, we're going to want to run over to this door here, and you're going to see why we wanted our gun out at the end of Detroit. Shoot that window. You want to shoot the window before you trigger this cutscene, that's important. This cutscene also spawns enemies outside. If you shoot the window after you trigger the cutscene, that's going to make the enemies go hostile on you. So shoot it, and then trigger the cutscene. Skip the cutscene, crouch, and jump through it. And while you're going through, holster your weapon. Now you want to jump into this, grab the box, and jump up on here. And now we want to throw this box so that it falls through the ceiling of this area, this roof, and ends up in the room that we were just in. The safest way to do this is to stand yourself on the corner, jump, and then when your reticule is like at the top of this this protrusion from the top of the building, that's when you want to throw. So jump like that and then throw the box, and you can see that it goes straight up and through into here, because this ceiling, well, the box can just fall straight through it. So we're going to take this box with us. Just keep throwing it, because each time when you're holding it, sorry, you can't sprint, but if you throw it around, you can sprint and grab it again, and bring it over to this wall. And now we're going to do another simple clip. Line yourself up using the anti-aliasing, using the fact that anti-aliasing is off rather, so that you're parallel with the wall. Step forward, step backwards, and release, and you should just be able to push yourself through this one. This one is it's basically just about timing. Most clips are just about timing, but this one in particular. And now we want to run to the bottom of these stairs and back up. If we don't, then this door is not active if we don't run to the bottom of the stairs. So you want to do that and open the door and bring it with us, because now we're going to clip through this elevator. This elevator is how we're supposed to leave this level. So the elevator is actually at the bottom. It's at the bottom of this shaft. And if we wanted to go down, we'd have to call it and wait for it to come up and then ride it all the way down. But instead, you can make a quick save for safety, and then clip yourself into this door. So like this. And now if I'm holding backwards, I'm not going to move anywhere, right? I don't move down, I just stay in the door. As soon as I let go of backwards, I'm going to start falling through the floor. And then I want to keep very gradually, every now and then, tapping backwards so that I fall out the back of the door. But remember, if you're holding backwards, you can't actually move downwards. So I want to let go of everything and then just keep tapping backwards, and I'll fall through the elevator shaft, and you'll be able to see the elevator at the bottom. And I'll explain this now before I actually do it. Just before I reach the bottom, I'm going to want to open the augment menu and skill up Icarus landing system. If I do it a little bit early, I'm going to get the Icarus landing animation. But a cool thing is that if you skill up Icarus right before you land, it's kind of scary, it's a little risky, but if you skill it up right before you land, you actually don't get the Icarus animation, but you still take no fall damage. So hopefully I'll be able to show that off. I'm falling through, just tapping backwards every now and then. Just before I land, it's kind of scary. You can time this wrong. If you hit that floor without opening the menu, you're going to die. Then skill up Icarus landing system, and as soon as I close it, I'm going to land, and I'm going to have taken no damage. And now, this is very important, do not fall into this room. Make sure that if you land really close to the edge, just take a step back to play it safe, and jump over the top, and we'll land in the boss room. Turn to your left and come over here. We're going to want to grab the EM grenade, the EMP grenade, and the frag grenade. Grab the energy and grab the painkillers, and then run around. Important to note, there are actually pillars here. There's one right here. You can see I've stopped moving forward. And there's one right here. You can see I've stopped moving forward. They're invisible. So just make sure you know where they are so you don't run into them. So just run around the corner and run around like this. And once you reach this point, you want to start throwing mines into the center of the room, this area here, because this is where the boss is going to spawn. So just reach this point and throw 3 mines into the center. It doesn't have to be very accurate. The explosion radius of the mines is pretty big, but at the same time, don't have one mine like over here or one mine like all the way over here. Just 3 in the center, and then come and trigger the boss. Just use the door and skip the cutscene. Barrett is going to spawn in and then instantly die because of the mines. Now we just ride the elevator up. Right before the end, we want an extra EM grenade and a gas grenade off the NPC that's standing there. And it turns out, if you're talking to an NPC, it actually pauses the in-game time. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to murder him and we're going to steal his grenades. You're a little bit time pressured here because the fastest method is to talk to Malik and trigger the ending and then do it. So you have to be a little careful not to be too slow. But I'm just going to use the wing to trigger Malik. You can see here I can use it. So trigger that, and then I'm going to run over here, shoot this guy, and steal his 2 grenades. If you have a little bit of extra time, there's also an energy bar in the back of this container, but that's really not very important. If you don't get that, do not worry. It's just 1 energy bar, and we have plenty of energy to spare. It's just something you can do if you're fast enough. So use this. Steal his 2 grenades, and take the energy bar if you can. And that's it. Now you're done with FEMA.